What's up, my people? You already know what it is. It's another episode of Hip Hop IQ. We coming from the Midwest, so you know what that means. We listen to a little bit of everything from the north to the south to the east to the west, and even some shit up in Canada. We got some topics for y'all today. We're gonna talk about the BET Hip Hop Awards uh, and everything else to come to mind. So let's get it. What y'all been listening to?
Um, I think I sent it to y'all yesterday. For real, that
The
that
Trap Boy.
yeah, I like it. I like it. Uh, I listened to that all the way through. It's pretty dope. I finally checked out that Ti maybe last weekend, and it was cool, man. But see, my problem with Ti is I be comparing everything to Urban Legend. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's
Mm-mm.
yeah. You'll never you I ain't gonna say never, but you might not get that back.
Exactly. What about you, Alan?
Mhm. While down in Nebraska, I finally got hip to guy Larry June, who's been making a lot of noise, who people keep asking me about.
Okay.
I
Mm-hmm.
like what I heard, I think that the description that you had gave number was perfect when you said it was like a um currency meets young rich, you know what I'm saying? I think if
Mm,
anybody who's familiar with both of those artists and was unfamiliar with Larry June, that would be a good way to describe it. I
mm,
think it was a refreshing taste of street mafioso. You know what I'm saying? What I heard, I didn't hear
mm-hmm.
his whole catalog, but from what I understood, I got a taste of like some of the old stuff, some of the more current stuff, and some of the stuff floating in between. Uh, but other than that, gotta be 1,000%, man. I've been listening to a whole bunch of beats by D-Lo the Doctor, a bunch of beats by producer Rival down in Nebraska. Man, I've been in my bag, eating up this road a little bit that I can during this, you know what I'm saying? I say epidemic, pandemic,
Hell yeah.
you know, fully active right now, man. So it's a lot going on.
Out here on
So
Mm-hmm.
eat
I'll be
mode.
careful. You put me up on some things today.
For sure. I see.
Yeah.
Uh, I didn't watch the whole award show, but I recorded. I was watching it before we jumped on, and your girl won an award, Jason.
Yeah. Rhapsody. You know, I've been on that
Mm,
ever since her first album, man. But
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
was out. Yeah, for real. I was happy for her, and she won in the category she was supposed to win for, lyricist of the year.
lyricist of the year, right?
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah.
I got a question for y'all. I want
And,
y'all
and
honest
then
feedback, real quick. Um, you remember Ti? I mean, Busta Rhymes called out Ti, right?
I did see that.
uh-huh.
Okay, so that didn't happen. Ti said it was too big of a generational gap. I'll come back to that part of it. Ti end up setting a battle with Jeezy. We gonna get to that too. My question for y'all is: a lot of people said that wasn't a good matchup, and then who they brought up, I want to see how y'all feel about that because they kept saying who could battle Busta Rhymes? Like nobody could really battle him. It ain't really fair as far as the type of energy he bring, right? So people in the comments kept saying the perfect battle for him is Missy Elliott. I kind of agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But I want to know how y'all feel about it.
I feel that. I think, man, I think Missy might eat him up, but I think that'll be something.
Mm,
I think it'll be interesting to see. Did you see
mm,
Busta Rhymes' response to Ti saying that he was from a different generation?
mm-hmm,
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. But other than that, who else would be a good fit? Somebody with Busta Rhymes' longevity and the music making sense versus. You know what I'm saying? It's hard
mm-hmm,
to think. Uh,
It's hard. And I'm sitting up here thinking right now, and just based off the longevity, and I'm thinking about all the hits he had over
mm-hmm,
the years. I mean, it's tough as far as the antiques and the
Yeah.
creativity, Missy's a good fit. But does she have the longevity that Busta Rhymes had? You know what I mean? That split mode squad, like, bro, it's a lot of music right there. We throwing out
Mm-hmm.
there,
And you
and
know what it does though?
hit after hit after hit.
What it personally does for me is I kind of, not that I didn't already have the utmost to begin with, but when it makes you pause and think who could even battle them, it says a lot about Busta Rhymes is you know, speaks on how unique of an artist he truly is. We already
Right.
know he does his own Busta Rhymes thing, but you know, it's not even fair to kind of think of who battles him, you know. We're leaving somebody out. It's gotta be somebody.
Yeah, it
You know?
is. It
Mm-hmm.
is. But that's a
I would
that's a
say,
good one. I like I like how they doing this because it really make you think. Man, I never even thought Busta Rhymes versus somebody else. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I never even thought it. But damn, now that I am, I'm like, man, who can battle Bust?
you know who I thought of before they
I'm
said
thinking
Missy?
East Coast, and I don't.
I thought about DMX, but he already battled. But I thought
I was
that would have been cool.
that was in my
Yeah,
head right now. The only reason I
mm-mm.
didn't say it is because we already battled. You know what I'm saying? On
Hmm.
my mama, man. I ain't just trying to
Nah,
steal
cause he
the thunder.
nah.
They said Twister in the comment, and one of the
And
other
Twist.
rappers said Twister too. I don't know if it was Ti or somebody.
As far as rap style,
Shouts
or
to
we
That
Cody.
going,
What's the
or
good
we
one, G?
going hit,
That is a good
we
one,
going
but
hits, or we going rap style.
I mean, it's the whole versus thing is kind of adapted. So I think it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
yeah,
Overall, I still
it ain't just
it ain't
about
about
hits
the
no more.
billboard charts. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's
Yeah,
going quick. You know what I'm saying? Which is
which
dope.
brings me to the next topic. So Ti and Jeezy are set to battle for sure. Now,
Yes, go.
now the thing about that is, if we talking about hits, Ti got it, but I don't think it ain't just going off hit. Jeezy got a cult fan base, and he also got certain songs that, man, the second part of the beat ain't even got to drop yet. As soon as you
It
hear that
don't.
shit, motherfuckers gonna go crazy.
Who's
It
that? You said Ti?
I'm talking about Jeezy.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I was gonna say I would feel that way about Jeezy, but yeah.
yeah, I'm talking about Jeezy. Now Ti got bigger songs as far as hits, and he got a lot more hits. But if we talking about
I think Ti
the
got more
feeling,
mainstream. He got more mainstream hits, and like you said, bro, like Jeezy bring a feel. Like you gonna
mhm,
remember how you felt when you first
Yeah.
heard that song, bro, and where you
It's that
was when you
it's that
first
turn
heard
on
that.
it's that turn on slap ability. That's like something that edged out Little John already had a whole bunch in his arsenal, but all those big radio hits that T Pain would put on that are probably still top 20 charting right now. As soon as one of the Little John, what I'm saying, Crump Beach dropped, it was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? The everything exploded online. So it's
mhm.
like, I think that goes back to what you said, man. I think that that slappability factor that Jeezy's gonna have is gonna kind of have some wow factor, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Y'all might disagree, but I think Jeezy should have battled like Gucci or something if Gucci would have got on.
Nah,
Guwap,
that would
that
have been
is.
that wouldn't have been a good
Yeah,
battle. I
Guwap
think
and Jeezy, but
yeah, but you know how
we ain't gonna
they
say that.
history is.
Yeah, we ain't gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that.
they're gonna have that battle in completely separate areas. You know what I'm
Yeah, hey
yeah, it would have
man,
to be virtual
yeah,
saying?
it's
Yeah,
got
like
to
they was
be.
doing it at first.
right.
And the
Plus,
thing
I think
about it,
Jeezy got that easy. You know what I mean? To be honest.
nah, bro, no. You know how many mixtapes Gucci put out back to back to back to
Yeah,
back.
but
I think it,
if
Like
we
he
talking
put out
about
more
songs,
mixtapes than Lil Wayne.
yeah, but if we talking about songs that's recognized by the masses, nah.
yeah, I
Nah,
think
you got to understand. See, in the South, they
In the
they
South,
rocking with Gucci, bro. Like
you,
they know every mixtape he put out.
that's regional though. That's regional.
I think I think the fact that you're bringing up, Jay. is what makes it a worthy battle in the first place. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because of some of that good old fashioned Gucci man, if you would, that he's gonna be able to pull out. But you know what I'm saying? I think the tipping point would be Jeezy's that run he had with commercial success. If there will be judging who wins, I think that would just edge it out.
Commercial
But
hits.
but you know what I'm saying? It's always good. You know, I think what you're saying is what the streets will be vibrating. But I
Right.
think that the stats would go Jeezy's way. You know what I'm saying? Just facts. If we base it
What
off
I'm
of
saying, what I'm saying is, I agree with Jason 100%. But you got to think about it, man. Versus is a worldwide thing. It ain't just the South. It's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people in the Midwest, the West Coast, and up north that ain't heard a lot of them Gucci mixtapes. You know what I'm saying?
and even some motherfuckers in Canada.
Yep, yep.
You know
And
what I
niggas
mean?
in Canada. Hey, but you know what
You
though?
feel me?
You can say it's good you brought that point, but you can say the same thing about Boosie though. Man,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
in Milwaukee and all in that region really rock with Boosie.
yeah,
And that's
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like they got their fan base. Like what Wayne, you got your fan base in different areas in the country.
Mhm.
You
yeah,
Shout out
know?
to the Northwest. You know what I'm
So it's
saying?
it's people that's gonna rock with you. Like Gucci probably got fans. You know, he got fans everywhere. So
yeah.
I don't know, bro. Like I
But
just
I'll
think
be,
it's
I'll
gonna be
be
a good
judging,
matchup.
I'll be judging a lot of shit by like a lot of these New York podcasts that I'll be listening to, and they be talking about shit, and they'll be like, "Yeah, we know about Boosie, but they don't necessarily know about Set It Off." You know what I mean? They
Mm.
don't necessarily know about Crayola. You know, it's certain shit that they don't know about. You know what I mean? They know Wipe Me Down, of course. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's when that's that commercial. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boosie got some
You feel
shit,
me?
bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
a lot of it.
Hmm.
Plus, you
Now
know,
the
East Coast got that East Coast state of mind too. I mean, don't get me wrong, no national podcasts that cover everything, but you
hmm
know, as far as they're not getting into no Southern catalogs like that. That ain't, you know what I'm saying, top
unless they
40,
mainstream.
top 40. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Unless it's mainstream. Yep.
that's what's dope about the Midwest though. We got like the best vantage point. You know what I'm saying? We can see it all from the inside out. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's my personal bias.
Hell yeah, Garrett. That was my man. That album. What was the name of that album? I think it was just called Badass. The one that came out, and that kind of
Yeah.
really fucked his career up, bro. Because he was really about to. He was on his fucking way, and then
He
he
was on
caught that case.
when Badass came out. He was gone.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, he was out of here.
the
Whoa.
next thing he would have did, he would have took off, bro. But he got
But
locked up, and that fucking.
incarcerated was dope too, though.
See, I never got into that. Like,
Yeah.
but I tell you what, I have been a little bit disappointed in him as of lately because the last dope thing he put out to me was the mixtape that came out soon as he got out.
Soon
I
as he
think that was
got out,
2014.
soon as he got
20
out, that was
yeah,
the main one.
2014.
But
Yeah.
Mhm.
he man, I don't know what happened, bro. He dropped that mixtape or album, whatever it was, and now
Super
it's just
Bad. That
like,
was the name of the album in
yep.
2014. I mean before he went to jail. Super Bad.
And
Yeah.
and and man,
Right
he's
on
dropped
Slaughter.
some hard songs. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
He's dropped some hard, tough songs. But can it transfer into an album?
I put it like this. That CD, that mixtape, I think it was called Life After Death Row, something like
Yeah.
that. Something with that whole motherfucking mixtape ride. The
And
last
Boo
dope
Pop,
song he see, I didn't really get into New Pop, but
Boo Pop, yeah,
the last song that he dropped that was hard to me since that since that mixtape was that Thug Life song, and that was on
bump, bro.
Boosie Badass 3.5 or 2.5 or something like that.
I don't know what it was on. I just like the song. I seen that video. I seen the video first, and I thought he was on from there.
What video you talking about?
Uh, that this is a newer song.
The one I'm talking about, it came out like a couple years
Thug
ago. It's called Thug
Life.
Life. Yeah.
Yeah.
We talking about the
Okay.
same song.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah. That's
last
it.
dope song he done put out to
That
me.
song go hard. Me
That
too,
song
bro.
hard as a motherfucker.
I
That
haven't
song hard
heard
as shit.
Jeezy. I haven't heard Jeezy's album all the way through, the new one. But I was over with my dog Kyrie. Shouts to Kyrie. Uh, over there with a Slaughter session. Slaughter, he's always on. He was playing it, and something was nasty as a mug. He had two songs like back to back, and neither one of the tracks had a kick drum in it. It was just a hard bass and a snare. You know what I'm saying? That stood out alone. I wish I knew the first one was so dope. I asked him to play it back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I've ever done that to a Jeezy song. Not Jeezy got hits. I ain't hating. You know what I'm saying? But it stood out like a mug. You know what I'm saying? I would like to hear that album because of that. Did y'all already reviewed that? What was y'all overall feel of that album? I know y'all listened to it.
Jeezy's
Which
last
one?
album.
This most recent one he just put out.
It was cool. I mean, I didn't go back to it. You know, it wasn't like wonk wonk wonk, but it was alright. You know what I'm saying? You know.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I didn't really like it. The last one that he came out with that was cool to me was the one before the last one, which was I think Thug Motivation 103, maybe.
Yeah, 103.
The one that had Bankroll Fresh on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, the last good
I
man.
didn't.
Y'all know the last one that I can't think of it right now, but the one everybody
And
would agree
and
on.
and, and that's what I'm
But I
saying,
haven't heard
man.
it.
Ti and Jeezy, man. Ti and Jeezy, they gonna be pulling. They gonna be like if they pull from these new projects, man. It's gonna be like, man, you know, I ain't even like the album, bro. Go play some of that old
I
shit.
don't
Okay.
know. I don't know what Jeezy's plan is, but I like to believe that T.I. is gonna be pulling out a whole bunch of new shit because he's been on his own secret campaign for himself for a minute, trying so hard to get 50 to battle, settling for this Jeezy battle, sneak this and Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga's out for T.I. He missed the radio. He this close to a Kanye West breakdown. I'm glad
but
somebody finally.
you can't really play new shit in verses. That ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Shit
That's
that
what I'm
ain't nobody
saying.
heard.
I don't think T.I. cares.
This nigga.
This nigga going for a
Perpetuously
parochial
perpendicular.
gusto.
He don't care.
The album I was thinking of that Jeezy was Trapper Dot 3. That was the last cool one, and he dropped two of them since then, and I ain't really fucked with neither one of
No,
It's,
well, he
Speaking of
still
it's,
that,
talking.
speaking of Boosie,
it just changed, man. So you know,
speaking of Boosie, man, did y'all see he sat down with Mike Tyson?
I
I
did,
haven't
man.
seen it. Everybody's talk
Uh,
about it.
did you catch? Do you watch Mike Tyson podcast?
I've watched like two of them.
Mike Tyson go hard, bro. He go
Hey,
hard. But I
so
didn't even know
Allen,
he was sitting down with Boosie. I
me
didn't even
neither. It
know he
just
was sitting
happened.
down. I
It
seen the
just popped
clip,
up.
and then I'm like, damn, let me go check this out, man. And man, the way he broke Boosie down and made him feel like he was in a counseling session.
What
This nigga
happened?
was sitting over
What
here,
Bro,
happened?
boy.
Allen, this is the funny part about the whole shit. So if you're familiar with Mike Tyson over the last couple years, he been having his podcast. But
Mm-hmm.
not only on his podcast, when people interview him, just the way he talks, he almost talks like he's a psychiatrist now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So he sat down with Boosie. The shit was so funny to me, bro, because nobody else in their right mind would talk to this nigga like this. Like the type of
mm-hmm.
shit he was saying to Boosie, Boosie would have hauled off on somebody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's
And
Mike
he was
Tyson,
so
nigga.
Oh,
calm
shit.
with it too. Like he was calm with it. Like,
That's what
do
I'm
you really
saying,
know
bro.
yourself? Like this
Bro,
nigga.
Tyson is like a psychiatrist, bro. So he
Man, look.
asked Boosie, soon as they sat down, the first question he asked the nigga was, so do you have a problem with homosexuals? And Boosie like, nah. Boosie knew where he was going with it though. And he was like, so the reason I said that about Dwayne Wade's son is because blah, blah, blah. I feel like he a kid. I don't feel like he old enough to make them type of decisions yet. Mike Tyson said, I totally agree with you. But before that, Mike Tyson said, are you a homosexual? And Boosie like,
Oh,
nah, man,
shit.
I'm straight as an arrow, bro. And he like, basically like, I'm asking you that because people do that a lot. You know what I mean? Like people that are closet homosexuals, they talk shit about homosexual people to kind
This
of
is true.
push that. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
Tyson hit him with that. That shit was fucking hilarious, bro.
I
Cause
gotta
I'm
watch
like,
this as soon as we log off.
Yeah,
man,
you
Mike
got
Tyson be getting shit off with people that nobody else can get off.
because it's Tyson, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
but
gonna
ever
say
since Tyson went out there to he went out of country and he talked about it on the podcast. He went out of country and took like this EM something drug. It's a psychedelic, and
DMT?
DMT. He said ever
Right.
since
Kanye was
he
talking about that shit too.
ever since
Yeah.
he took that,
Yeah,
he just his
I've been
mind
researching that for
changed and
years.
yeah. He said that he just think about life different. Like he had an out of body experience and he just think different. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Ever since
I
he
know what he
took that
did.
shit, bro, he got back in the gym. Like Roy Jones didn't even want to fight the nigga no more. Roy Jones said, "Man, I'm not fighting him. I'm not
Yeah.
fighting him." Man,
You
Tyson,
talking about
man,
that it wasn't DMT, Allen. Or maybe it is. It's that shit when you lick a frog, you know how you people get high from like
yeah.
licking a toad or
But
whatever
I
that
know what
shit's
you
called.
I know what you
It's
talking
still it's
about,
still
but
it's still dimethyltryptamine, most likely is what he's talking
Okay.
about. You
Okay.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
If
I
that's
rap
what it's
about that
called.
shit and everything. It is. That's what it's. I bet you that's what it gotta be. When he said about the out
Hmm.
of body experience and shit like
yeah,
that.
I can look it up right now. But it's some shit like
Yeah,
that,
that are
man. D something something.
oh,
It's some shit like that. But he said ever
my
since
G
he took
Matthew
that, he
Roddy
just
talk about
seeing shit different.
LSD. Now that's the poor
Nah,
man's
not
version. That ain't
LSD, not
that's
LSD.
just gonna get you. That's just gonna get you trippy.
That's just a hallucinant. This shit right
Right.
here, he said it
And,
it make you see like this what the
yeah.
dude
And
said. It
and
makes you see your
ayahuasca.
life in a different form.
Right.
Hmm.
And
It,
ayahuasca's close, and that's one that'll give you an experience. But you know, DMT is like the spiritual icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was DMT. I just looked it
yeah,
up.
but it's
Yeah.
only
Which,
it's
DMT,
but
only
dimethyltryptamine.
legal in this one country, and they go there and they'll be there, and it'll be a ceremony for like a week or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then they take that shit.
hmm shit crazy,
I'm
bro.
open to it, man. I ain't gonna lie, that's a whole nother podcast. Well, I talked about it
But
before
yeah,
on other so but I didn't know that's what he was on though, but it makes sense now. I gotta
Yeah,
see
yeah,
this interview. And
yeah.
here
That's what
come
he.
Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah, that's what he was on.
What's up with
yeah.
it?
That's the second. What's up, bro?
What's
Chilling.
up with you?
Chilling, man. I got sidetracked, bro. I looked up like I'm tripping.
Yeah, it's all good, G. We've
Oh,
been
it's all
talking about
good,
a little
man.
bit of everything.
We just talk about DMT. That's it.
Yeah.
About who?
Mhm.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, man.
Oh, him and Boozy.
Yeah,
Yeah, we was talking about that, and then Jason brought up how he took that DMT, and because he said it on another one too. He was
he
interviewing
did, bro.
somebody else, and he brought it up. I can't remember who it was. It was either Jim Jones or I don't
Nah,
know,
it wasn't Jim Jones.
Yeah.
but that shit was funny, bro.
Yeah, I'm hip to it, Nick. You talking about the out of body experience. I rap about that shit. I say you got a buzz off a con bud. This is dimethyltryptamine off of mine. People don't know what I'm talking about.
It.
That's what I was
I'm
talking about.
thinking it was like Seth Rogen or something.
Oh, Joe Rogan.
Nah, Seth
Yeah.
Rogen.
Oh, okay. Somebody giving some feedback on that shit.
The
I
you
don't
ever
think it's
seen
me.
Pineapple Express?
Uh, speaking of drugs, I seen this was like last week or a couple weeks ago. Somebody volume up too loud. Uh,
That's UP didn't start till you came on.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Sada
lot of
Baby.
feedback.
Sada Baby did an interview with No Jumper, and they did some shrooms during the interview. You know what I mean?
Cost tight.
That
What
shit was
happened?
pretty funny. They was just sitting there shooting. They was sitting there shooting the shit, and that was right before his song took off. Oh, I forgot about that. We could bring that up, bro. Why? As soon as his song took off, Nicki jumped on it, right? maybe 2 days later, he was getting canceled from
Damn,
some
for
old
real.
tweets. Yeah, from some old tweets from like 2010 or some shit, where he was saying some homophobic shit and some rapey shit, some shit about Beyonce. And somebody brought up a good point on Adam 22. They said a lot of times it be Nicki's fans. Like when she do songs with people, they, for whatever reason, which don't make no fucking sense to me, like they try to find shit on the person and get them out of here. They
Like
said the
they
Yo,
go
barbers be on that shit.
like they go research him or something. Huh?
Hmm. So like
I would think it'd be like, some Cardi B fans or something trying to sabotage the hits.
Huh.
they said, they said, they said he was on Instagram. He posted the remix or the cover art for it or whatever. One of her fans said some shit to him, like something about why you didn't do this or do that, and he was like, "Fuck you, suck my dick." You know what I mean? And then they said it went from there, bro. Like
Hmm.
he got into it with one of the barbs and shit. They ate
You
his
don't
ass
think
up. The next day they was trying to cancel his ass.
And who was this?
Sada baby.
Damn,
Man, see that? Yeah, that's
damn.
interesting with that whole canceling thing
Can't
because of
even
the
sit on a
internet.
nigga.
Like,
Yeah,
Motherfuckers or
cancel
something.
culture is shit. You know what I'm saying? We
I
it's
feel
working
like
against
it.
weird
ourselves
because
with the freedom of speech. Freedom of speech thing is working against us. And
I
niggas better
feel
watch what
like
you
the
say. You
cancel
can't say
culture
about your
shit is.
shit.
I feel like the cancel culture shit is kind of dying down. Like it ain't got as much power as it once had, though. You know what I
right.
mean?
Because I mean, once people really utilize all they platforms, you realize you
Yeah.
got your own fans anyway. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you don't care about what other people fans
You
think.
build you build your own fan base, bro.
Right.
But you know, some people they want to get to that point to where they like nationwide, and you know they got that Ti Kanye platform, and you know,
Hmm.
and there's some cat like I don't know, man. I don't see Sada Baby in that category, but
He said what Pierre just said though. Like when the
but
shit first happened, he was like, "Fuck y'all." He was like,
right,
"Fuck all of y'all. Y'all ain't my core fan base." He was like, "All y'all are from this TikTok shit and this Nicki Minaj shit.
yeah,
Like I don't give a fuck what y'all think." And then he caught a little flack for that. And then the next day he came back and apologized. You
I
know,
bet he did. Can't come
yeah.
for Nicki and TikTok.
why would he come back and apologize for some shit that he wasn't sorry for?
Cause he said,
Is he
he don't
signed to
think like
somebody?
that
Who
no
was he
more.
signed to?
He signed to Asylum, I think.
Oh, that was some label shit then.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I said. And
Publicists.
maybe, yeah, his people around him probably like, bro, you just fucking took off. Like,
Yeah, you can't be telling everybody to suck your dick. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
That
do
choose a word. Words
that.
have power.
I
Nobody
mean, you
wants
know
to.
what though? Like I don't know if y'all touched on that with the Mike Tyson thing. Some things are just not even worth. If it ain't really relatable to your movement and what you got going on and what you know what I'm saying, your artistry.
Yeah.
Some topics
hmm
publicly you shouldn't even be speaking on. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Yeah.
From that
Yep.
you
standpoint,
know,
like unless it's really something vital to you, maybe it's some of your family or maybe your music caters to that direction, then yeah, you gotta, speak on it. But going off the cuff on social media about whatever, that's kind of, I don't know. At
yeah,
least if
man.
you're gonna say it like Jay says, if it's gonna come out your mouth, stand on it. Don't be then you come
Hmm.
back and apologize. Now it look like you just talking out the side of your mouth.
And see, I be
hmm
thinking about that a lot. Cause think about this. Have you ever heard Drake say anything political?
No, neither did Michael Jordan.
You feel me? Like some people know like that ain't shit that you want to fuck with. Even if you believe Trump is the worst motherfucker in the world, if you go on there and say that, I mean, we seen it happen with Eminem. A lot of his
hmm
fans was Trump supporters, and he didn't like that shit, and he spoke out against it, and he caught a lot of backlash. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
hmm
Artists,
I mean,
artists
he
need
the
to do a
type
whole
of
lot of
person though
stuff
that I
that's
would
fucked
consider
up.
being able to say that though. because he always been a wild out the mouth. You know what I mean? That kind of goes
Right,
with his
right,
image to,
yeah.
to
Yeah,
to say things of wild, edgy
It's
things.
right. I agree, but those artists are few and far between. Most of us should just shut the fuck up. You
Right?
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you're right.
mm-hmm.
Prince
Everybody ain't
stopped
got
saying
that
his own
pull.
motherfucking name. You know what I'm saying? Prince just started pointing to the symbol that he was. You know what I mean?
You
Like,
know, Prince a whole different type of character, man. That's a whole different type of guy. If you really look at Prince's career and his
yeah, for
person,
sure.
he's just different, bro. Like he wouldn't even do a song with you unless you owned your master. Like you know what I mean? Like this guy go in
You,
the
you can
studio and start the
you can
beat.
hardly
If he
find
mess
Prince
up, it's not
online right
worth it. He
now.
start all over again. That dude Prince was a cold beast.
He barely did features for real.
Yeah, you can hardly Google Prince and
Mm-mm.
find him on anything. Prince
Hmm.
signed the Prince signed the title. You know what I'm saying? You can't just download his shit.
Yeah, Prince is
Yeah, that was a whole.
he's
That
on a
was a.
whole different level than a lot of artists, man. For real, he had the blueprint. He was trying to give it out. He just shit, died.
They killed him. There I go being
Man,
an
it's
artist. I shouldn't say.
nah. It'd be weird, Alan. You ain't far off. It'd be weird when a lot of this shit happened. Like Michael Jackson, bought the
Mhm.
Beatles catalog. Right after that, he started catching all them cases. Then he died later on. Prince
Hmm.
was on that own my own shit, trying to tell people to own their own shit. You know,
Right.
he got quiet for a minute musically, then he died. You know
Right.
what I mean?
I could
Like,
bring up I could bring up an interesting school of thought even about the Bill Cosby situation, but I can't afford to get canceled before I even get put on. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a school of thought, not even an opinion. But I'll leave that alone. You know what
I
I'm
we
saying?
know
Yeah,
where
I
you
said
going.
I
yeah.
said
Know
yeah. I mean,
if
we
you
ain't
don't know
got.
where I'm
We all
going and you're
know.
interested, Google that.
Yeah, you
But
talking
can't
about
try to
it.
buy
Well, I
that.
ain't gonna. You saying? Well, I ain't gonna say you saying. I'll say I'm
No, don't
saying.
say I said it.
I'm
Don't say you said
saying
it either.
when he
Don't
wanted
say
to
you said
buy.
it's a Rockville, dog. Don't.
Yeah, he wanted to buy a TV company.
Yeah,
Who did?
Mhm.
Oh, Cosby.
Right.
yeah. Hmm.
Mhm.
Man, they ain't
I
gonna do
mean,
I
no
nothing
was
Yep.
with
different
right.
than Nipsey Hussle and the Dr. Sebi movie,
Right.
Yeah.
and
Yeah. It's
a few
always.
other things he had going on. It's always
But
ain't no.
I
It go
tell you,
back to
man, you try to buy them stations, all of a sudden them 1970s come back to bite you in that ass. You know what I'm
shit the
saying?
1960s and shit.
Dog.
Man, y'all think some
But
is
I digress.
I don't know, bro. Like y'all think it's shit behind hip hop like that, man. That it's people out there just trying to cutthroat other
I,
individuals out, all that shit.
Yeah,
Hell
absolutely.
yeah.
yeah,
I think that's just life period, and hip hop definitely ain't no exception to the rule. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
actually it's a
But this
microscope on it.
this
You
is
know what
this
I'm
is
saying?
coming from something that they said wouldn't last, bro. Like they laughed at this. Now why are they?
Yeah.
Why is it? What the word? Not scandal, but
Conspiracy.
conspiracies. Yeah.
So
Why is
so
it?
peep peep this,
Why is it
Jay.
conspiracies if it's something that's was supposed to be nothing?
Peep this, Jay. Who was saying it wouldn't last?
We know who was saying that.
Who owns majority of the companies that owns the artists now? Same people, right?
Same people.
So there you have. There's a control factor there. If I was
Yeah.
speaking down on it, that mean I didn't have no original interest in it.
Or think,
But then now I'm the owner of it. I'm only purely in it for the profit.
yeah,
So I
done.
gotta control how I go because I don't really have no direct heartfelt love for it. I thought it was gonna fail. But then when I
Hmm.
seen it make money, I start investing my money into it. I'm only in it for the money. I gotta make sure I control it to some
Right,
degree. Now I ain't saying it's all make it all super spooky conspiracy, but yeah, people who got their main interest in the money side of it, they
Hmm.
gonna make sure they
right,
control
That's a
how it
good point
looks.
in the comments too. Somebody said that they'll never let somebody have that much control and control the distribution, and that's what it's about, the
Right.
distribution,
Yeah.
or
Let me
or having the
let me tell
streaming
you
companies.
let me tell you this. And I don't want to touch I don't really want to talk about that Ice Cube shit, but after we talked about it and we posted about it, my uncle called me, right? He about 60. You know what I mean? And he always be talking shit about hip hop. You know what I mean? And a couple things that he said got my attention. He said hip hop for the most part is all negative. It's all degrading women, shooting each other, selling drugs, doing drugs, blah 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 blah. Right. So when he said it, I had to think, and I said, what Jason said is true. Like they didn't think this shit was gonna last, and then what P said came right after that. Once the shit started lasting and making money, they wanted to be in control of it. They was in control of it to where they pushed all the positive shit out. Like the labels wasn't signing no more De La Souls. They wasn't signing no more Tribe Called Quest. Nah, we
Mm-hmm.
signing NWA, Snoop Dogg, all the gangster shit, all the drug dealing shit, all the degrading shit. Because believe it or
Mhm.
not, this music is almost like a form of brainwashing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you
Mhm.
can't control yourself or if you can't control your kids, it does have an influence on them. Shit, it influenced us a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Certain
Right.
ways we think about certain situations because we grew up listening to a lot of gangster rap. So
Mm-hmm.
we might have certain thoughts on women or certain thoughts on getting money or certain thoughts on being a punk. You know, a lot of that
Mm-hmm.
shit came from music. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
I
true.
agree with you, man. That's exactly how
That,
it went.
Well,
that's true.
And then
I-
it's a yes and no. Let me take that. I agree with what you're saying. I know the premise. Now
Hmm.
with the internet, it's tons of positive artists.
Yeah,
Tons.
People that's not. It just kind of like come down to how much of a fan are you. And if you're not a fan and you don't really like hip hop or what the message has been over the last 20, 30 years, then just don't tap in. Just don't listen to the radio. You kind of get caught with people that
yeah.
only listen to the radio now. They don't. They
Yep.
think that's all that's offered or whatever. You know.
Like
But you see what I'm saying though? They not putting the bag behind none of them positive people that you talking
Right.
about.
Now that's why. That's the part I
they
agree.
not gonna
Yeah.
put no
Yeah.
bag
I
behind
totally
somebody
agree
like
with
Bobby Sessions, bro. Not like I
I
just
put it like
like he
you. I
was on the
totally agree with you.
he had his thing going on, but they not
And
gonna put a bag behind
they
that.
not gonna let none of them artists they putting the money behind. They'll never own their masters.
all right, yeah.
The artists won't.
This is what I think. Okay, there's zero wiggle room for disagreement about what you said about how when they came and took control, they wanted to push that positive influence out and sign up all the Snoop Dogg's and NWAs they could. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Most of
Hmm.
y'all said that. I don't. There's not even a room for rebuttal. If somebody has a rebuttal for that, they're just not very well read. Now, as far as the actual impact that has, as far as that negatively influencing, like you said, it had an influence on us the way we might think about certain things. That's where I don't necessarily agree. I think it comes down to the individual. I think if you erase rap music, hip hop culture, as hard as that is to imagine, all the way, you take each of those said individuals who were followers of something that's going to lead them down somewhere
Uh,
negative, if you will, that low level person is going to find that source somehow, some way. See what rap did to me is a lot of those mindsets and mind states, whether good, bad, or not. I didn't get from the music. I got from the neighborhood and from the folks I was around. And the music sounded like that, and I could relate to it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So there was a vibration there that was relatable. And you know what I'm saying? It wasn't so much they couldn't tell me to go do this. I'm like, I know what he mean when he say that. And I can look past that and really hear the artistry in it. But you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That's because I'm not that follower person though. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? So
But
I
how
think
many people are?
And
right. Well
and
that's true.
sometimes it ain't about following. Sometimes it's just the encouragement. So you
Right.
might have been able to do it anyway, or in your mind, like you said, you seen it already. It's something you grew up around.
Mm-hmm.
But then to get an extra egg on, it's like the fight. You was gonna
Now
fight
yeah,
anyway, but then as somebody,
right.
your homeboy, like, man, stick that nigga. I do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's an egg
Yeah.
on. It's an encouragement to continue to, and like Larry said, It's the way that they promote it to where they putting a bag behind it to make it look like even now. That's why all these kids are looking up and looking stupid when they dress. I'm gonna say it, yeah, it's a different generation, but 9 times out of 10, if you really look back, when Lil Wayne started changing the way he's dressed and the way he presented himself, come on, man, like Cass is truly following. You ain't see
Yeah,
nobody walking around like that at the time. You
Mm-hmm.
saw artists doing it, and
yeah,
then people start doing it
Yeah.
slowly, and now it's
Since
commonplace.
the
But
beginning of time.
yeah, so it's
yeah.
like,
And they
man,
just, bro, they realize how much influence it has. You know
right.
what I mean? And that's why
Mm-hmm.
they using hip hop for everything, commercials, movies. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hip
a
hop
fucking,
hip hop has taken over the whole entertainment industry.
it's the
Like
The
biggest
world.
genre.
it's
You know what
It's
I mean?
yeah.
world. It's become the soundtrack to the world has become like a drum and bass, a bass kick. You know what I'm saying? If there's
Right.
any
Yeah,
silent moments in life
It's,
and they need to drop a beat behind it, if you're not on the ocean, it's gonna
yeah.
be a head nod. You know what I'm saying?
It's what
That's
I
makes
just
got a
everything
perfect,
cool to do. Yeah.
I got a perfect example for y'all. Gap. That last commercial that they ran, I don't know if it was the last Super Bowl when they had Future and
Mm-hmm.
who was it? Celine Dion or somebody like that.
yeah.
And I'm like, they trying to capture as many people as they can. They want the hip hop audience and they want her
Mm-hmm.
audience. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So let's put a rapper on here, you know, um,
Mm-hmm.
and get them, you know what I mean, and get the black people. Let's make Gap cool again. And then a year later, what they do? They go bring in Kanye West to bring his
Mm-hmm.
whole line into Gap.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
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 Right.
Hey, and then on top of that, Larry, you seen the BET Hip Hop Awards, right?
Right.
What was the whole point behind it? Every
Vote
cipher, damn it. Thank you,
It was
thank
what?
you.
Say that
to
again.
Vote,
vote.
It
vote.
was a
Oh
That's
vote.
yeah,
it.
that's because they own and bought. They owned and bought. So
Yeah.
you gonna push whatever that person whatever message that person tell you to push. That's putting that money up. But that like Alan said, that goes in any arena. It ain't just hip hop. Any person that's putting a bag behind it is going to make sure that their movement, their notion, or whatever they standing on is being placed at the forefront.
Their agendas being
Mm-hmm.
pushed.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Mhm. Absolutely.
And I ain't even watched the beats. I don't watch that stuff no more. I already knew
Me.
that. It's just like I saw somebody post how did what's the old dude I was not Lil Baby, what's the other dude? The Baby. How did the Baby get nominated 12 times and now win? And then old girl is a artist of the year, Megan Thee Stallion.
Mm.
And I'm
Oh, you
like,
already know. You already
like
know.
we already know what that's about, man. Come on,
Yeah, the baby just too controversial too. He always
You know what I mean? He,
like how,
Megan Thee Stallion's contract came with that BET award, man.
exactly. There you
You know what
go.
I'm
straight up.
saying? Real shit. I'm telling you, man, motherfuckers better open their eyes, man. That's why these platforms like this are more important than we even realize. Like even down to what you were saying about the Gap commercial. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? How they trying
Come on.
to get both of those audiences. You know what I'm saying? To that
Yep.
lower level person, I don't mean to say it like that. I don't mean lower level. I mean that person who's easily influenced. A lot of times we got a different perspective on it because we on the inside. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? By our interests alone. Some
Mm-hmm.
people are just
Some
consumers
people,
alone.
you
So
right,
it's
bro.
easy to get caught in that smoke and mirror. So now, if you want to wear a gap, that's fine. You can do that, but know that you might only want to do that because they wanted to make sure you wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what, bro? Some people listen because they want to be influenced, and then some people listen because they rapping about the same shit I'm on,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I listen
or
sometimes.
it just sounds good.
I listen sometimes just to see what's going on in other cities. You know what I mean? Like
That
what the
too.
temperature is.
Right.
Mhm.
But that hip hop has made you a historian too. It's made you a learner. It ain't just negative. When people say that,
Yeah.
I be like, man, I learned so much about different cultures and stuff through music. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
mean? Different artists. They went to when I hit they town, I almost can fit in because I become a student of the artists that I listened to before I got there. So I ain't looking
Mm-hmm.
goofy. Oh, I know where even not to go to. You know what I'm saying? Like shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
You
It
know what
just
neighborhoods is bad. You know what music can
exactly.
play around what people. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it raises
Yeah.
awareness. Shit, it's
Yep.
taking me everywhere I've ever fucking been.
Cause I ain't
You
going
know
to
what
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Watts.
saying?
He said he ain't
Nigga.
going. Watts is cool.
Yeah, I've been to what's the other one? I was somewhere where they had a fire ass pizza place. It was a black owned something.
Where at?
Uh, it was in where did they shoot the Inglewood? But Inglewood's pretty friendly, I think. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
felt
yeah.
safe.
I was in Inglewood. I went everywhere but Watts, man. And I was about to get off at the exit, but man, I looked over there. You know how you passing that, getting off on that Watts exit off the
Mhm.
freeway? Man, I looked down there, man. The streets looked bad. The palm trees was dead. I'm like, nah,
That
I'm
nigga said
good.
wasn't no palm. Yeah, if it ain't no palm trees in LA, you don't need to go over there.
Man, they was
Hey, but you
dying,
know
bro.
what? You know what's crazy about all that shit though, Jason?
Hmm.
Man, once you lived in Kansas City, it ain't really much that can scare you. You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying?
That's
Right,
very
right,
I
true.
li-
right.
I
Nah,
lived
it
in
wasn't
I
no
lived in
it
California.
wasn't
I
no
lived in
fear. It wasn't no fear. It was just like more like it wasn't
A
nothing over there
wise
for me
choice.
to see.
aware. Yeah, you
You
aware.
know, I
Awareness.
seen this
Yeah.
already. It ain't nothing for me to see. I'm a tourist. I want to see the
Yeah,
good
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
yeah,
Yeah. Nah, I dig that. That's how I be. Like
But
I
I
ain't you
do
ain't gotta
always
prove
go to the
nothing to
hood
me.
in every city I
yeah.
visit, though. I always end
But
up
Yeah,
I
in the
man.
just
hood.
that hit me probably like after a year of being in California, maybe. Because, that's all we used to listen to. Specifically, we used to listen to stuff that came from Sacramento. So I'm thinking this is one of the worst places in the world. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Right.
Man, I lived in the middle of the hood. I could walk to the store every day and I was fine. Wasn't nobody fucking with me. You know what I mean? Now, when I went to Oakland, that's a different story. You know what I mean?
Oakland
When
different.
as soon as I hit Oakland, I felt like I was in Kansas City. You know what I mean?
I've heard that Oakland
Yeah.
is so equivalent to Kansas City, how they move, how
Mhm.
it look, just the
Mhm.
Yeah.
feel,
Straight
you
up.
Yeah,
know, just
bro.
the
Mhm.
politics and how they get
I'm
down.
telling
Like,
you. Everybody says that, man.
mm-hmm.
Bro,
Everybody says
I
that.
went to we was going to a club that Yuck was performing at. We was with Yuck. We was trailing Yuck. We got to the door. It was hella people out line. We was at like Sweet Jimmy's or something. And like I don't know if that's East Oakland or what. But we standing outside in line and it's just feeling grimy. You know what I'm saying? My antennas is up. And I'm seeing niggas tripping with each other at the door and think a fight about to break out and Yuck way in front of us to where he trying to get in and we kind of in the middle of the line. I said, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm cool.
Right. I got 5 on my tank to get home.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Getting the fuck up out of here, bro. This shit
Right.
remind me too much of home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You start
Yeah,
feeling
cause niggas,
yeah,
you
yep.
you know that feeling. It seemed too familiar.
Mhm.
Niggas ain't about to
Yep.
Yeah,
take no
man.
Hmm.
chances out of
You
town.
sense that feeling every motherfucking time, man.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
but
Yes,
you
Hell
only
yeah.
sir.
you only know that feeling if you done seen it, been through that. You know, witnessed it.
Hmm.
You know,
Right.
somebody
Yeah.
else would have sat in that line and ended up on the news.
Some people just be
Right.
too nosy.
Exactly, bro. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But
Right.
it's crazy, man.
Right. Yeah, that's yeah.
Paper and sponge.
And again, that's another
Paper and
if you
sponge.
that's maybe that's something we should do, the great things that hip hop does for you, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right. The
Like
benefit.
the
Yep.
benefits of hip hop, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Besides, people twerking and dancing. But then also check this out. Check this out. I don't know if Jason ever rap. I mean, of course we know Alan Wayne, you know what I mean, is a is a is a hip hop, you know what I mean,
Hmm.
pioneer. And then I
Mm-hmm.
know you used to rap, Larry. So
Hmm.
it definitely made you get in your studies to a certain degree and make your linguistics and your, you know what I mean, your wordplay be expanded. So it really taught you English to a certain degree. You know what I
Oh, for
mean?
sure.
Your English, your vocabulary expanded. You know what I
I
mean?
ain't gonna lie. When I was rapping, English was my favorite class.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, there's a lot of this shit that I can apply to my music.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Right.
just the words, but like point of views and deeper meanings and double entendres and all that shit.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You appreciate. You know how to.
with
Yeah.
it was always amazing how somebody could put those words together, man, and make them make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you put
Mm-hmm.
all those words together and you make them make sense. And
Mm-hmm.
especially those rappers, artists that was getting deaf with it. And that's why I'll be joking with y'all like, damn, that's a big word because
Huh.
that's how they used to be. They used to do you like that, and you'd be like, "Damn, I don't even know what that word means," but he fit it in there some type of way. So yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's
Make you pick
I
up a
was always
dictionary or something.
infatuated by that.
Wu
Right.
Tang, Wu Tang, and a lot of them East Coast artists coming up made me appreciate that shit a lot more because I could listen to Ghostface and Raekwon and only understand like maybe 3 or 4 things out of 16 bars. To
Uh-huh.
where I had to really do some research to figure out what the fuck they was talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And some of it's just slang. You know what I mean? But after a while, you gonna understand what the slang mean if you hear it 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
And
Right.
that's another
You
thing that
you
I believe,
you grab that
even something
lingo.
like that. I think hip hop did that more than any other genre. You know what I'm saying? Black folk ain't the only people with slang. You know what I'm saying? It's slang every pocket of the world, but ours spreads a little differently. We can land in Texas and know how they say already. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't know. Country music kind of make do that. Hip hop and country music do a lot of similar things. You know what I'm saying? But outside of those two genres, I can't think of. And even country music, that's just an honorable mention because it's
Uh-huh.
a
Mm-hmm.
different
Uh-huh.
hip hop culture is a whole different beast. No
It's a whole
disrespect to
different
people.
animal, and
Yeah,
it's a
you know what
whole
I'm
new
saying?
world.
It's like a planet versus a galaxy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Country music is a big ass planet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a galaxy with many solar systems. You know what I'm
Man,
Yeah.
saying?
you know, country got a rap genre now.
Yeah. I mean.
What
I
don't?
mean, you gotta, you know,
So does R&B. R&B is a rap genre now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
rap,
know what I'm
rap,
saying?
rap
Rock and
R&B.
roll. Yeah. I,
Yeah,
yep. Yeah. It's
yeah.
definitely a powerful. Now here's the kicker though. Like we were saying in regards to this conspiracy thing or whatnot. What about the originators of it? Like for example, the person who started basketball. I don't know. Somebody could do their research on this, but I don't know if I can't think of his name. His name
The
just
person
escaped me.
who started basketball,
Don't
Yeah.
name it something like that. Like,
Naismith.
Naismith.
Yeah, I don't
James
know.
Naismith.
Does the
Yeah.
Naismith.
name it. Naismith. I know what I
Does
mean.
the Naismith family get residuals on NCAA and NBA sports? At least in America, no, it probably don't. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? And then when you take that
They get
to hip
residuals
hop,
on the basketball rim.
you said what?
They get residuals on the actual goal.
Are
They
you
should.
you sure?
Nah, I'm not.
You just saying that's what? Yeah, that would be
I hope.
right. That would be
Every,
cool. And so like when you talk about like DJ Cool Herc, that's who I know as far as getting the credit of starting hip hop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The DJ Cool
mm-hmm.
Herc, he
Mm-hmm.
don't touch a cent. You know what I'm saying? Or something
Hell
that
no.
He
necessarily
don't get
started.
nothing, bro.
And and then you really look at the Bronx, that area, they haven't benefited from. That's probably gentrified now. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
so you really, yeah, when you think
Yeah.
about it, it's like a mass takeover, it's kind of like how America got stole from the Native Americans when you really look at it,
Right.
man. Like
But
it's
it's
this
all
big
like that, bro. They
yeah,
stole rock and roll from us too. So
Boy, if
you're
that
right.
didn't make a
But,
lot of sense right there, what you
but,
just
but,
said,
but, you know, but they think they stole something, but they can't. You know,
Can't steal the soul, baby.
right? Like one love the cool hurt, and the whole Zulu nation, all those dudes who carved the way for this podcast here. You know what I'm saying? Never ever am
we
I
finna make boots and
one
keep on
to
let
step on the toes of the greats. But if Kool Herc is somewhere crunchy that he's not, okay, maybe the younger generation should acknowledge him, but maybe that's what we're here for, to bridge gaps. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But as
mhm.
far as feeling like monetarily being owed something, even like basketball. it's a game, but you can almost say, okay, this is it's still a thing. It's like a noun. Hip hop is barely even a verb, a noun. It's almost like a state of being. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
He
Mhm.
don't know the Pandora's box he opened. He had no clue of. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know how do you pay homage to him? He needs to be on Mount Rushmore somewhere or something like that. You
You
know what I'm
just
saying? He
didn't
needs to
know what
be
it was gonna
immortalized.
turn
Is he
into, basically.
here's a okay, going along with Allen. Is he in the music hall of fame or rock and roll hall of fame?
I
I
don't
don't
think
know. He
so.
gotta be. He should be. I'm pretty sure. I'm
He's
willing to
not.
bet.
Ain't Run DMC in there?
Run DMC is for sure in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Bone
How
Thugs and
they in
Harmony is
there
in
and
the Rock and Roll
and
Hall.
he's not in there?
Bone Thugs and Harmony is in the Rock and Roll Hall of
How they in there and he's not in there?
That's
Fame.
what
Is
I'm
he not?
saying. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up now.
If you go to the basketball hall of fame, Dr. Naismith is there.
Shit, Kool Herc should be in there too.
That's what I'm talking about. Cool Herc should be.
Should be in
Yeah.
the Basketball Hall of Fame. That's why them niggas started wearing
He should
baggy
be in the
shorts.
basketball. Yeah, you
You
ain't
know what I'm
lying.
saying?
Yeah,
The hip hop blood touches everything.
yeah.
So it says Herc has received a lot of recognitions, including being highlighted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum in 1995. The People's Hall of Fame award and certificate from Governor Mario Cuomo were given to him in 1994 for establishing the roots of hip hop in the city of New York. But that don't really say. Let
They
me
don't
see.
If
I
say
think
he,
he is
nothing.
in there. I think
They
he
don't.
is, bro.
They don't. That's just saying.
you
You
know that
made beats. Good
you,
job.
you know how you go to a museum and then they get that little video strip of
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
information.
I wasn't satisfied with that answer. I'm not. That doesn't tell me that he's in there. I was hoping that he's in there. You know what I'm saying? That didn't do it. Maybe we got to ask Siri point blank. Hey Siri, point blank. You know what I'm saying? Is Kool Herc in there or not?
Straight up.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
They
It
in
looks
there.
like we're inducted in 2007.
Hmm.
But it's not really saying if Cool Herc is in there, bro.
That's a slap. That's a black eye, and it ain't no black. It's a black eye on New York rappers. If you ask me first,
Yeah, we
because
shouldn't be
they want
talking
to
about.
always hold down the roots and original and this and that and that and this. Okay, the person that kicked it off of y'all ain't even pushing
I
him.
ain't
So
recognize them. Yeah.
right. So why would Houston rappers or and Miami rappers or LA rappers recognize y'all? You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
whatever. Memphis.
Yeah,
See,
I could. I can name about 5 rappers right now who I know for sure got NWA tattoos. I don't know no East Coast rappers that got the Kool Herc joint. You know what I'm saying? That I
he's
know
in
of.
Yeah, good point.
he's in
Who
the
got
hip
who's
hop
rapping? Are we about to
he's in the
start
hip
voting?
hop Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? That's we talking about. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You know what? That's a good thing. Cause we gotta put more respect on our shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta put more respect on what we start for us. And that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, but we
I can
started rock and roll too, Jay.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the kicker, man. If you look at
but,
any type of
but, rock-
music,
but
bro,
again,
we started it. We started country too.
yeah, rock and roll is one of those things. Rock and roll is a noun.
Now
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about
Hip hop.
heavy metal.
Right,
I don't
but they
know who
take they put,
started
they take
that.
our little stuff too. They take our little stuff too. They took peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? They take refrigerators and shit. You
Yeah.
know, they took rock and roll. You
Stoplights,
know,
everything, gas
they
lamps.
they they put a tax on hip hop, but they can't own it. It's like weed. They don't own weed, but they can
You
tax
right.
it now. You know
Right,
what
You
I'm
right.
saying?
right.
You
So they
right.
trying to tax.
And
They trying to tax hip hop. You know what I'm
and, and
saying?
and on your point, Alan, that's the beauty. I think that's what you're saying. The beauty of it is being kind of like it's like a spirit to a certain degree. It can
Right.
go anywhere, and you can attain, you can ascertain and obtain whatever type of style or genre of hip
Right.
hop that you like.
Yeah. Easy
You know,
easy questions. Like I didn't like that joke we just made about the hip hop hall of I mean NBA hall of NBA hall of fame. What's it
Hip
called?
hop Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the NBA hall of fame. I was right. You know what I'm saying? We can say what impact has hip hop had on basketball? We can name it. On the NFL, we can name it. We can go down.
right.
We can dig deep and name hockey. They could ask me what influence it had on hockey. I'm like, well, I know Jelly Roll, hip hop artist, the one who performed at the you know what I'm saying, at the main event for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like all kind of shit. What is the
Okay.
country music influence on basketball? I'll wait.
Zero.
You know what I'm
Zero.
saying? What's the rock and roll
I
influence
take
on?
that back. I take that back. Oh, the white girl that got the song on Monday Night Football. Here on Monday night. She's
Yeah,
a country singer.
Mm-hmm.
But other than
right.
that,
Yeah,
ain't nothing. You know,
yeah. You can name it. It sticks out like a sore thumb. You know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
you. Yeah.
Right.
No
But
Everything from
influence though.
just
the
so
way
we
the niggas dress
clear,
the airplane is hip hop.
just so we clear, he's not in there. I just looked it up, but Run DMC is in there. NWA is in there. That don't
And
make
Bone
sense to
Thugs and
me.
Harmony
That
is
don't
in
make
there.
no
That
sense to
Well,
doesn't.
it's
me
making
neither,
sense
bro.
because it makes sense to me because to be able to like you want to erase the identity, right? So you don't want to know where it came from, so somebody can claim it or somebody can own
I
it.
see what you're saying. I see what
You you,
you're saying.
you get me? You get me?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's not
It's a
put the
long conspiracy.
originator out there. Let's not put these names out there because we don't want people to know and do the research.
Hmm.
Is hip hop IQ about to ride on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and go viral? You know what I'm saying? For Cool Herc,
Yeah,
we can
Yup.
Cool
do it,
Herc needs to
man.
be there.
He need to be there.
We can do
Matter of
it. We
fact,
can do
matter
it.
of fact, this is a Black Lives Matter movement.
There we go. Cool
Hell
Herc for Hall of Fame, man.
yeah. Hell yeah. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna start
definitely should be in
campaigning.
there.
I don't give a fuck who you vote for. Let's get Cool Herc in the Rock and
Let's
Roll
get
Hall
Cool
of
Herc in the
Fame.
Rock and Roll Hall of
What the
Fame,
I'm gonna
man.
fuck
look
wrong
into
with
that
y'all?
too.
It's a slap in
You
the eye
know?
to have
Hell
Grandmaster
yeah.
Flash and Run DMs.
That's what I'm
And I
saying,
love
bro. You
Grandmaster
got
Flash.
everybody. You got everybody who came after him, right?
Right,
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody who went and they put words over his scratch, right?
right,
But you don't have him. You don't have the originator of scratch.
right.
Come
yeah. It
on,
don't make
man.
sense.
That don't make sense at all.
Yeah,
We,
that's crazy.
we gonna get them in there, and we
You know
gonna
how
get in there
many
too.
samples artists use from the 70s all the way up to today because of this guy. Like they was in record
Hmm.
stores getting samples, bro. There's so
Right,
many samples Jay used on Reasonable Doubt on all them albums for real.
right. Nah,
It's so
you talk that
and
shit.
this is where it came from. And y'all are just going like, man, come on, bro. Like that
We
ain't right.
cannot let we cannot let them push us out of this push, y'all. When once this starts getting some wheels behind it, and somebody try to come buy us out, like, all right, we got it from here. Nah, we can't let up. We gonna be the ones to get Cool Herc in there.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Hashtag Cool Herc for Hall of
Herc
Fame,
in
man.
Hall of Fame. Hell yeah.
But you know what they
Yeah,
do,
they do.
man. You
They
know what
do
they
got
do.
Chuck Berry in there.
they wait,
They got
they
Chuck
wait
Berry in
until
there.
Yeah,
you die, and
the
then they want to
originator.
say, well, let's go ahead and put him
The
in
rock
there.
and roll is just the thing. Hip hop is
Hey,
life. We gotta get them in there.
speaking of hip hop, Most Def played the heck out of that role as Chuck Berry.
Man,
Oh, he killed it.
Cadillac Records
god damn.
had me rolling, boy.
He
Yeah, it was
killed it.
funny. It was funny because he nailed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He one of the best. He one of the best hip hop actors to me,
he
if
Yeah.
is.
not the best.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. What you talking? Now you just
Ooh,
started something.
You don't think Method Man got it, bro?
Segue question, transition question.
Method Man can't touch fucking Most Def when it come to
Not
acting,
most
bro.
deaf. I'm just saying. I'm not saying up to most deaf, but Method
He
Man got
decent.
it. Like he got the it factor. He can act.
Will
He
Smith.
decent. He decent. Yeah, Will Smith is one of the. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
We
I'm
always forget
torn.
about Will
I'm
Smith for some
torn.
reason, bro.
I'm torn there. Now, I'm not torn on Will Smith's acting ability. My whole thing is sometimes.
You don't consider him hip hop.
So I think when no, I'm not saying I don't consider him hip hop, but I think that the Fresh Prince, the rapper, was full on a character as well. He was acting when he was doing that. Not to say other
Yeah.
rappers don't do it too, but he was an actor first. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
those he was playing the role of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. This is Jazzy Jeff. We're gonna rhyme these words, but they were in character mode all the time.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
he had the music before the show though.
I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah, but
understand that,
he's
but
saying
like,
that was it. He's saying he was in character when he was Will
When
Smith.
he
I
was
mean, the Fresh
This
rapping,
what
Prince.
I'm saying. You don't get the character if the music don't go. If he was a
right?
I
sucky
thought,
rapper,
yeah, I thought the
then you
No,
don't
music
get
I
the
came
feel
first.
show.
you. I feel you. Don't get me wrong. I feel you,
If he
but I'm
was a,
just
you know
saying.
what I mean, even with it being a character or a persona, if you will, it was a persona as a hip hop form first. If that
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
farm would have failed, it wouldn't be no. It wouldn't even anything you see after that
I'm,
wouldn't even. For
I'm not questioning Will Smith's hip hop card at all. But in that same era of Will Smith's hip hop run, when it was post or pre Fresh Prince of Bel Air, during the time frame, I think there was a group of guys in a room, and we said, okay, these guys are the actors, and these are the guys these are hip hop actors. We're gonna stuff. These guys we're gonna dress them up as rappers because they got the moves, they got the dance moves, they can play the role. Fresh Prince was
It
going
sound
over
like,
here,
hold
Rock was
on,
going over
Wayne.
here. You
nah,
know
he
what I'm
fulfilled.
saying?
I
Alan,
can't.
it sound like you
Hey,
talking
Alan.
about
Only
Kid and
reason why
Play.
I'm not going with that
I was about to bring them up next. I was waiting for y'all to finish.
is because he from
Can't play
Philly.
Ride a Fence.
He
That
from
might be some
Philly,
stuff
and
like
I'm
him
pretty
playing.
sure he was already ingrained in hip hop before he even the acting even came about. But I feel you though. I
Yeah,
know what
you
you're
know what?
saying. I know what you're saying as far as I know the principle of what you
Well,
say.
the only
Yeah.
reason, you know what? Your argument's not good enough for me. I still would be team 100% with what I'm saying. The only thing that's actually making me reconsider that statement at all is actually Jazzy Jeff. Because when we talk about a DJ, that motherfucker cold. That motherfucker
Yeah.
definitely wasn't
Yeah.
playing the role of Jazzy Jeff. He's probably the
Nah.
most intriguing person. He's the dude who was scratching for, if I'm not mistaken, y'all can fact check me on this. He was doing some of the scratching for Juice, wasn't he? Wasn't that
I have to
actually?
go. That's an
I
interesting
think you
thing.
might be right. You might be
Yeah, I
right.
think that was him. I think he was Q.
Okay.
And nigga, I can still do Q in my head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
me
he
too.
killed. Yeah, that was. Yeah,
yeah, that motherfucker. Boy, how many y'all used to try fake that shit all the time too on the turntable
Me
too
too.
Hell
somehow?
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Man,
I didn't even have no turntable. I was doing it on my little pool table shit.
yeah.
hell yeah.
He was doing that
Everything
So
shit
with a
with
who
circus.
pencils.
y'all name? Who else y'all name? Larry.
As far as actors,
Oh, y'all said Kid and Play.
Kid and Play.
yeah,
Sound like y'all
Kid and
talking about
Play.
Kid and Play.
Yeah.
But see, that's
Yeah.
I go with Allen. That's a character.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If Kid Play
Yeah,
might
yeah,
one
that's why I was bringing them up. That's
and
why I was
I
when he
love
said
Kid
that I
Play.
thought about Kid and Play.
Hey, Play could rap though.
They both could
This
rap.
nigga said
So could the
what?
Fresh Prince.
Yeah,
And them rap battles. They was going for gusto in them battles at the house party, especially the first one, the real house party. The real
step to
house
the
party,
stage too late. I blew it up.
blew it up. Yeah,
Ah,
I'll hurt you.
Hey,
If you
that
can stay
shit
out
was
past hip
cold,
hop's
nigga.
curfew. We say if you can stay
Right.
out past hip
I'm
hop's
ready to
curfew.
serve
Oh,
you.
oh, oh, oh.
After the
yo,
first one, it just
his
got
hand
whacked
like
though.
this.
Yeah, only the first one was good to me.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did a documentary about that. They pushed out the original writers of that real heavy. That was fucked
Did
up.
you
Oh,
hear?
for real.
Did you
So
did
they got
y'all did
bought
y'all
out.
ever hear? Hey, speaking of which, did y'all? I just heard this like a month ago. House Party was originally for DJ Jeff, Jazzy Jeff, and the Fresh Prince.
I heard that. Yeah, they
They
turned it
turned it
down.
down.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm glad they did
That's
too.
some hip hop IQ.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't.
they turned it down.
I don't think I heard that. I want to have heard that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I did. Makes
Yeah,
Yeah,
sense.
I just heard it. Kid was on Vlad. So if you want
yeah.
to check it out, check out his Vlad TV interview.
Hey, how y'all feel about people still going on Vlad?
I was just gonna say somebody earlier about 20 minutes ago was saying about how Vlad was the police.
Yeah, they put that in
Um,
the comment. It's a catch
um,
22 for me.
Royce was talking about that too.
What's the deal? What happened?
Oh, so
Y'all, I just heard.
he had the whole issue
Nick
where he
Cannon
can't.
shit.
He was speaking out against Farrakhan, and
Yeah,
then he kind of said some disrespectful things in regards to like he ain't apologizing, even though
yeah.
he was kind of like basically lying on Farrakhan. Long story short, so
Hmm.
it caused what's old boy that always be on there, the two cats Godfrey and Lord Jamar.
Lord Jamar. Yeah.
They kind of
Mhm.
just like start doing their own thing, like basically
Yeah,
like
like that's a
we
little
ain't
straight,
messing
man.
with Vlad no more because he just straight
Hmm.
out flat out disrespectful to black culture, and so you had a lot of people following that wave. Like, yeah, he's basically take black information and news, and he's making the most out of it. But my thing is this,
Mm-hmm.
nigga, who don't? Nigga, KCTV5 making money off of it. When they
Yeah.
report, you
Everybody's
know what I'm
doing that.
saying? They telling all the
Yeah.
they live everybody making money off of our bad
Yeah.
history and
Yeah.
our whatever. You know what I'm
And
Yeah,
saying?
if
but you taking
you
one
can't get
artist
mad,
though.
you
Go ahead.
can't get mad at him if you not trying to do it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Right.
If you don't feel like Vlad has a place in this culture, then where's the black Vlad at? Where you at? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Step up, take that shit over. It ain't hard
And
to do. All you doing is talking to people.
how
Right
much
here.
how much do you support the black Vlad?
That's the thing.
You
You
Exactly.
know what I'm
My
complaining
saying?
about
point.
the white Vlad, but you don't even support the black Vlad.
Let me tell you something, but
Exactly.
this is hip hop though. I'm gonna play Vlad, the white guy from where?
He from Cali, ain't
Yeah, he from the Bay.
Okay, I believe that Vlad is replaceable. I'll say that I don't think Vlad bad comes from him being Caucasian. I think that helps out in the now and in real life. Don't get me wrong. Don't OJ me. But I'm saying I think what he had working in his favor more than anything was momentum and longevity. He started it and never let his foot off the gas, so that
Yeah,
brand just built. You know what I'm saying? What we
yeah,
need to do, what happens too often is this: somebody like Vlad fucks up, we get mad and we cancel a Vlad and we just make room for the next Vlad to come on through instead of saying, all right, we got to stop this. We're going to have to start doing our research on who these fuck
yeah,
are before we
Well,
start signing to them
yeah,
so we can get behind
yeah,
the right person, whether they black, white, or whatever
yeah.
the fuck. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? We
Well,
just be like
and
saying, fuck you, who's next until you piss us off instead of,
right,
you know
and
what I'm
then
saying,
is
the
this
way
right
the
here. This is what
gatekeepers.
I don't. This is what I don't get. I don't get how. Okay, Black can say something like that towards the black community. We want him to apologize. He say nah, and we still do work. We still work with it. But on the other hand, Nick Cannon say something, and if he don't apologize, everything shut down.
yeah. But it's not from us.
Exactly,
Yeah.
bro. Like in this
It's from
hand
them.
with and that's what I'm saying, bro. Like we got to have the position power on this and shut it down.
Yeah,
Shut
Well,
down.
but what I don't really. I mean, I don't. To me, it's no never mind. So, like for example,
yeah,
they might get rid of Nick Cannon's TV show, but if you really rock with Nick Cannon and appreciate what he does, then you would go support his YouTube show that what is it, Cannon's Classroom.
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
So that ain't shut down. He's still rolling out with that. You feel me?
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
not supporting his music. I support everything else.
you ain't down with Incredible.
I'm good.
Nah, I fuck with Nick, man. He's a fucking genius, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
I
As
just
far as
think
entertainment, yeah.
I think he could be doing I think he could be doing more as far as his position. Like he could take over and be Vlad.
He
He because
can.
he got enough power to do that. Now, as
mm,
far as who's interviewing the people, I don't think it need to be him because a lot of people ain't gonna want to sit with him because I guess
His background.
because he's corny,
You
which
Yeah,
can't
don't
yeah,
make
definitely.
no sense.
I
Which don't
said
make no
background.
sense.
you can't
Which don't
hang
make no
Vlad out.
sense. Yeah, which don't make no sense because Vlad ain't not corny. You know what I mean?
Right. But this the thing,
So,
Larry, piggybacking off of you. You right. I ain't trying to say white people corny, but we knew when CDs was selling, white people was buying 70% of them. So as
hmm
far as being fans in hip hop, black people are the originators. But as far as supporting fans,
yeah,
we can't hold that mantle and say who we about to cancel in rap or hip hop no more because a lot of the fans, Vlad a white dude. A lot of his
yeah,
people that watch is white. Okay, now they might
Hmm.
be watching black problems or black artists, but that don't mean it ain't the white people watching though. You feel me? So
yeah,
Hmm.
he
yeah,
can be corny. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of
yeah,
corny people watching him.
yeah,
Straight up.
yeah, yeah,
You so right about that.
that's
You,
funny. In fact,
that's a
Yeah,
fact for
like,
real.
yeah.
and
I
so
just don't think. I don't think nobody. I don't think nobody of power wants that role because it would have been filled already. You know what I'm saying? Drink Champs is doing it, but they do it a different way.
right,
mm,
Joe Budden podcast, they don't really have guests. You know what I mean?
right,
So
yeah,
Gilly the Kid, they be having guests here and there. You know what I
right.
mean? But nobody's doing just a straight interview show. And they don't the thing about Vlad, bro, is he asked the right question. You know what I
Vlad
mean?
is a good interviewer, dog. I don't care
Yeah,
what nobody say.
yeah,
he
yeah.
asked the questions that I can't even say caused controversy, but he asked the questions that
The
people want
questions
to ask
people
and that
want to
other
know. Yeah.
interviewers. Yeah, like he had, let's say he had Mozzie on there, right? He was
Mm-hmm.
asking Mozzie more about his life before rap than his rap life. You know what I mean?
Right.
He does that all the time. He asks about specific shit. Like he been posting for the last 2 weeks. He done had SOB, RBE on there, both sides, right?
Right.
He had Young T.O. on there last week, like fucking 7 or 8 parts of it.
Right.
And all they was talking about was why the group broke up, the events that led up to the group breaking up, and do they think they'll ever get back together? This week he had the boy on there. He was asking him the same question. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
shit that people want to know, like the inside workings
Mm-hmm.
of this shit and people's real life. You know what I'm saying? He asked about shit that people call the police. You know what I mean? Like when Bankroll Fresh died, he had the other dude on there that supposedly killed him. Well, the dude that did kill him,
Oh yeah, I
he had
remember
him
that.
on there.
I
You
remember
know what I
that.
mean? He
Mm-hmm.
had 21 Savage on there because that's like his boy or
His
whatever.
pop, yeah, and he was
Mm-hmm.
laughing at the shit.
Turn around.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't blame
Uh-huh.
him. You can't blame him for perfecting his craft, but
And
there
the
got
thing
to be
about it,
somebody from our culture that
Yeah.
does that.
But
and
that
you bring up this is a good segue because Vlad, I don't know much about his. I didn't go to school with him, but he's
hmm,
clearly a journalist first. You know what
Hmm.
I'm
he said
saying?
he
But
a cop.
yeah, so a police and a journalist. Yeah, I can feel that. But like Joe Budden, you know what I'm saying? He's a rapper. His podcast is great. What I'm saying is,
Hmm.
even like even the drinking champ, come on, you know what I'm saying? Nori, rapping. The artist's ego never dies. It's like, okay, my shit's not selling. Let's do this. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these guys, we like it, and they're good at what they do. I'm not knocking neither one of those platforms. They're hella entertaining. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But we watch it a little bit differently. Vlad TV satisfies our. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
talking about right now the state of what he just did, but overall, Vlad satisfies that Dateline taste bud for rap for us. You know what I'm saying? We might not care
Yeah,
what's going to be on Dateline tonight, but somebody gonna
Yeah.
be on Vlad. We gonna sit down. You know what I'm saying? We might have
Yeah.
a cup of coffee and watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? With the blunt.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
Uh-huh.
different.
hmm
Yeah.
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 You know
Now
what I'm
you
saying?
right. You got a good point right there.
When
There's a
Cause
Drink Champ
lane for
came on
all
there,
of it, though.
right,
he's a good He basically went from a good DJ to a better journalist at the
Yeah, he
end of
was
right,
a
the day.
DJ
Yeah.
first. Yeah.
So
right.
that's
Yeah, he
basically
found
what
it.
you're
Yeah.
saying. And like Cuz said he a cop.
Mm-hmm. That's the
Yeah.
second
So
time we been called the police on here today. So you know what I'm saying? One more,
so
three's official.
but you right. Think about the Mob James interviews. Well, the dude that
Hmm.
was from Suge Knight neighborhood, he
Yeah.
got his own show.
Yeah.
Uh, look at Godfrey, even though they Godfrey and Lord Jamar was already still doing their thing, it's definitely boosted their
I said it
platform.
before, bro. Once you hit that Vlad couch, you somebody now. Like you either about to be a superstar rapper and you gonna eventually climb to that, or you gonna be a personality that people want to hear from now.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Once you hit that Vlad couch, it's like it make or break you. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah.
Yep. Nah, real spit. Real
Yeah, it's
spit.
like it's way more significant than we realize sometimes until conversations like this make you think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an
Hey, but you
important
know what you
platform.
said? You know what you said, Alan, that was dead on? He found it and he kept his foot on it. You want to know why? Because you remember when he first started doing that, do y'all remember Jordan Tower was doing the same shit?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He back now, but he took a super long hiatus. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And while he was gone, Vlad just kept leveling up, leveling up, leveling up.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It
Now
takes
he
a lot of,
back trying to get his foot in, but it's like you kind of was gone too long, bro.
Mm-hmm.
and a lot, and it's fucked up when people. people don't be realizing the responsibility that they have. But I guess it's not really a responsibility, but they don't realize how much influence that they really got. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up not having folks want to fuck with Vlad because who else is gonna that trust was built between artist and him. Who else gonna you know what I'm saying? It's folks to sit down and say some shit to Vlad they ain't gonna say to everybody. They say some shit to Vlad, but they ain't, damn sure ain't gonna say on the Breakfast Club, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Outside the hip hop
You right.
PD, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
I mean, let's just be real, bro. If you look at Vlad's influence and his numbers, you know the record companies is definitely pouring money,
yeah,
like the big record company, making
somebody yeah,
sure certain artists is getting in front of them. Now they might
that's
tell them,
good.
yeah, he gonna ask you the hard questions, blah 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 blah. But the
You gotta
promotion,
go on here.
you gotta go on there because you still got DJ Small Eyes, you
You
still
think they
got
pay him?
what's the name, Mo Cheese? Is it Mo Cheese?
Say cheese.
Say Cheese, my bad. Mo Cheese was the Kansas City magazine, hip hop magazine back in the day.
Yeah, that's
Um,
throwback right there. It took me
that's
somewhere.
throwback for you niggas don't know that. That's some hip
Yeah,
hop
I used to want to be on Mo Cheese, fool.
So you got Say Cheese. It's other different platforms of hip hop journalism to a certain degree, but that again, they not as big as Vlad, so they probably, like Alan said, and what you said, Larry, what everybody said, they ain't getting that push or influence from their label
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
to, be on there,
You think
or
he to the point to where
they don't even want to
you
be on there, or they feel like they too big, or they, whatever, like that
you
nigga.
think he at the point to where he
Somebody,
getting paid?
Man,
For
what?
somebody,
sure.
What?
somebody really
I'm
needs
saying
to
paid,
make a
like
big
artists
investment.
coming through and paying them to get interviewed.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Yes.
That boy
Shit.
getting filthy off of that. He the real
Let me
star.
tell y'all. I wanna. I think I told y'all about it already. But if you watching, there's a newer guy. He been around for a few years. It's called the Innovators Podcast. That's my guy. He fuck with me. Shout out to him.
Shout out to
Um.
the ladies, yeah.
You tell me about that.
Now he is building his shit up, and if he keep staying consistent, he gonna be the new Vlad. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
Somebody needs to really believe in themselves right now. You know what I'm saying? Before they bet on themselves. You know what I'm saying?
And
Everybody needs to do that all the time, but I'm just saying, really, when there's an opening, next man up.
Mm-hmm.
it's the like we was talking about the what are the good things hip hop do for you, man. Vlad do his homework. You think about
Yeah.
it, he brings some real good people. Like then he had a lady from Friday on there.
Yep. Yep. He had AJ Johnson on there too.
Right, Miss the lady that played Miss Parker. We all want to know where she at.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
he tapped into the culture as folks is. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a
Yeah.
team.
He had then he had Ron Newt on there, the famous
Uh
Ron
huh. Yep.
and the Neutrons. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Mhm.
That's a legendary person. He supposedly is the real story of Empire.
Yeah.
On his accord, to a certain degree, they basically took his story.
Mm-hmm.
So Vlad was already up on that type of stuff. You see what I mean? Interviewing
Yeah.
that guy, 6-part series. So he do his research. You can't knock that, but like y'all said, man, we gotta support each other though. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's why I've been pushing bro shit. You know, the innovators. You know, so I've been pushing his shit. Adam 22 is dope too. Um, the no jumper shit.
oh,
Um,
I forgot about Adam 22. Yeah,
but I like the way the innovators podcast. He asks questions like Vlad, like he do his research. You know what I mean? Like
right,
if he a fan of your music, he gonna know a lot about you to where he know that there's certain shit that other fans like him want to know. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, exactly. Make you feed that hunger that you really got.
Mm-hmm.
That hip hop hunger.
answer the question
So,
we
hey,
came
bro,
to
who is
hear.
that other guy? That British guy, whatever, man. He go around interviewing people too. He be asking stuff that the artists don't even know for real
You talking about Norwar?
about
Nardwar.
themselves. British guy, yeah, that's his name. That's his name.
Norwar,
He
yeah.
been
I
doing a
think he
lot
from
too, like that.
Canada or some shit. I don't know.
Oh,
But
he
I ain't
can't.
seen him lately for real though.
Yeah.
Like,
I ain't either. Now he get in front of everybody, so he tied in, bro. He probably. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. His uncle is the president of Sony or something.
You
yeah,
think so?
yeah.
And I can get in there. I can get an interview with YG. I can get an interview with, you know what I'm saying, with Wiz Khalifa. I can get an interview with damn near anybody. All I gotta do is call.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
he
what's
he
gonna
gotta
change the
be in there
game
just
though?
like that too.
You know what's gonna change the game, Pete? And they might be already doing it now. These interviewers and podcast people are gonna start signing a label. So think about it. If Adam 22 is signed to Atlantic or got some type of partnership with Atlantic, they gonna send all their artists over there. You know what I mean? They gonna
Mm-hmm.
have in-house interviewers or podcasts to where they could
Yep.
just send all their artists to that person. You know what I'm saying?
And they're gonna be savvy about it. They're gonna get big ones. They're gonna get small ones. So all of a
It's gonna
sudden, it's
save
gonna
money
get
too.
great reviews from everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. We keep this up. Watch, you gonna get that call like, yo, we need you to interview, or we need you to review all this. And we need them to all be stellar, and this is how much it's gonna
He says
pay
it's be.
you.
He says stellar.
Now, what do you say when you get? What do you say when you get that call? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Do
Man,
you
we're
keep
gonna
it going
review
to
it.
the
We're gonna
culture?
review it, and we're gonna keep your money, but we gonna have our own opinion.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna be one and done. We're good
Mm-hmm.
doing business with you. We're gonna up that number. We'll do it. Yeah, we'll make it stellar. All right. You know what
Stellar.
One and done.
I'm
Uh,
saying?
that remind me of when he said stellar, that remind me of like blazing new hip hop and R&B.
What else?
Hey,
Blazing, dude.
it made me go like this.
Stellar.
But man, I got a bag full of words, man. That's what I am, man.
Wordsmith, man.
Yeah.
Straight dictionary, bro.
He said
Hilarious.
blazing new hip hop in R&B.
Blazing new hip hop and
Blazing new
R&B.
hip hop and
It's
R&B.
going down.
Hey, and with that said, like, look, I was watching the Mitchie Slick interview. He was talking about how they radio stations don't show them no love, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
shoot, it's the same way in Kansas City. They make it hard.
Hell
They
yeah.
make it hard
Yep,
to
man.
you know. They always say, well, the artists don't
What
work
is
hard
that
enough.
about
Man,
though,
these artists are
man?
spending money. They buying beats, they buying studio time, and a lot of them are dope. And you want them to go and reach a platform where Kansas City ain't even on the top 30 as far as artists want to come to and perform. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't no big
Mm-hmm.
music place, and you acting like because you one of the first black labels. I mean, one of the first black radio stations.
Yeah.
Come on, man, you gotta let that go. You still saying blazing new hip hop and R&B?
Right, yeah.
Hey,
Man.
but to be
Buddy,
honest with you, you can get on the radio. You just got to know what you're doing, and
you gotta pay
you
for it.
know it depends on what time you're trying to get on there. Because if you got your business right, you can get on when DJ Mac is on the ones and twos. You know what I mean?
Oh,
If you
see,
got all your shit in order.
yeah, but nobody's up for
How?
underground heat.
How though?
What do you
You
mean
talk,
how?
How?
you talking about underground heat?
How can you
Yeah,
get
ain't that
on?
what
How
is
can
that
you
what
get on
Yeah,
at
but
5
come on,
o'clock?
bro. At 1 a.m, who's
At 5
listening to
o'clock.
that?
from 12 to what 2?
Nobody's in the town. You trying to get the
Yeah, ain't
town to
nobody.
listen to you, bro. Really, nobody's listening to underground heat, dog.
Yeah.
Shit, nobody
That's
listening to
my
the
point.
radio. Period. If you want to be
Thank you.
honest,
So they definitely ain't listening to underground heat.
that might be the only part they listening to. Shit, if they know somebody they know about to be on there, or they just want to see what's going on. Kansas City's not a place where you could come to the city and see how the music sound by the radio. You can't do that here.
Oh, hell
but I'm
no.
saying even bigger though, they not they not supporting no real show. They not supporting no move.
Nothing.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like even
Yeah.
even though people ain't necessarily listen to the radio as much, the
Hmm.
stations still in other cities are behind. What's
Yeah.
my guy down in Dallas? Baby, he's big, man.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah,
get
he's
in
an
with
A
him,
baby,
bro, it's
yeah.
like he's pushing outside of the radio. He's on the radio, but he's pushing
Yeah,
the movement
Yeah,
to the street. You know what I'm saying?
he's
Like
using
we
his
don't have
name
that
and
culture,
his
that influence.
platform
What's
to
up,
go
bro?
out here and do something. You know what I'm saying? He makes an impact on the local music scene. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I give you one better. It's my last thing on that. Cause I don't want people to feel like I got love for how 103 they black on, but I'm gonna be real. When I brought problem last year, he's a platinum artist. He writes for
This your
everybody.
car?
They told me
There's
he
some
ain't
oil in
relevant.
there, one.
The
Yes, sir.
radio
Can he
told you
come up
that.
there and talk? Can he come up there on the radio station and talk? No, he ain't relevant enough. I'm like, but
Wow.
the game, this man is a multi-platinum artist. The game that he gonna spill out for your city is bigger than what you thinking about somebody
Right.
being relevant,
Yeah,
bro.
that's fucked
Like
up. That just hurt my feelings right there, man. That's fucked up. You know
that's
what
what
I'm
they
saying?
Yeah,
told
that
me,
don't make
dog.
no sense, bro.
Yeah, I don't even that ain't surprised at all. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't
I've
surprised
heard
either. It don't
I've
make
heard out
no
the
sense
director's
though.
mouth, out the program director's mouth say I don't make hits, I play hits. You know what I'm saying? And just that kind of mentality and shit.
Yeah,
I,
like come
I,
on,
Yeah,
I,
bro.
I
that's what the
can see
radio.
something.
That's what DJs and radio supposed to do. They supposed to break artists. They used
I
to.
tell you one thing. I'll put it like this. You gonna probably remember his name for me, y'all. There has been a few times where there has been like say Dallas radio. They got a top 40 radio station. They probably got an underground radio station at the locals, but you can do shit. Their DJs do shit outside of just the radio to use their brand to do
Yeah.
something.
Right.
JT Quick used to try to do that to the
Yeah.
best of his
Hmm.
ability.
Man, you
So
brought
you
up
know what I'm
JT.
saying? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? JT Quick was one of those radio personalities that, you know what, I'm gonna put on for the town.
Right.
He might not
Yeah.
have been able to get as much on the radio as he wanted to, but his connectivity did do something. It spilled
Right.
over in a little something, but it was just the more he would show up at the school. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You didn't have to pay the motherfuckers. Trust me, KC Missouri school that you ain't got the budget. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like he was just around trying to
Right.
Yeah.
be known. He'll come do a drop on your CD for you. Be glad
Right.
to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know who been doing it right now, but it's too early to say anything about it yet.
Who that?
DJ Street King.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
He been doing this thing for like the last 6, 7 months. You know what I'm saying? Doing
Yeah.
exactly what y'all saying, but he's
Yeah.
not on the radio. He's not a part of the radio.
Right. He's just involved with the culture on the streets
Right.
Uh huh.
and the local scene. Yep. Yeah. He
Exactly.
dang, I want
I
to
hit
say
I hit
he.
him up. I hit him up about a month ago and just told him, I see what you're doing, bro. Keep pushing. You know what I mean?
I want to say he did. I brought Young Boss down to this club in Columbia. I want to say Street King was a DJ.
He been
Huh.
everywhere, bro. He been doing his thing,
Yeah, I want to say yo. Yeah.
and that's what we need. But we need more than one of them too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you got like as far as DJs, I rock like rock. You got Rocky Montana, you got Street King,
Louis,
you got
I fuck with
Louis,
Yeah.
Louis heavy, man.
DJ
DJ
Louis. I
Louis, man,
think
that's my
a lot
guy,
of the
man.
DJs but they kind of in that boxed in position too, cause ain't no who's pulling them up to go do a tour, a real
Right.
tour
Right.
though. Feel me?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like they
Got
getting
my wheels turning like a mug, P.
they getting stiff arm too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's
But you know what that mean, P?
And where can they play your music? Where can they play your
But you
music
know
at
what?
though?
But
Like
you know
if
what that
they
mean, P? If you get stiff arm, create your own lane, like Street King is doing. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
You got to make them come to you. You know
There
what I'm
you
saying?
go. Nah, right, facts.
Because
And then
they
mm-hmm.
not gonna just let you in. You know what I mean?
right. That's true. Yeah, you gotta
You
go
gotta
out
build
and
that buzz up.
yeah,
Yeah.
get your following is gonna come hear you spin at whatever
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
location, club
Hmm.
you at. You know, uh,
Yeah.
Yep.
you know. Now the trick with that is how do you blend? Because I know they got a lot of relationships with Kansas City artists,
Hmm.
but it's that trick like. Do I lose the crowd by playing my homeboy music, or do I please the crowd by playing? You see what I'm saying?
That just come with being a DJ. You got to know how to do that. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Yeah.
it takes, the thing about it is artists, and I'll say this from an artist standpoint, we gotta realize that two things. A DJ don't owe us nothing. and we don't give a fuck how dope our shit is, man. So is everybody else who's asking them the same thing. And like you
Right.
said, Pete, when's the last time somebody came up to the DJ and was like, yo, I got this tour thing that might be coming up. Keep your ears open because it would be dope to have you come out and spin on it, you know what I'm saying, for your name. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's
Right.
looking out for themselves instead of looking out for this man trying to get his name out there just the
Right.
same as yours. You know what I'm saying? What
Yeah,
are you bringing to the table? People think sometimes it's money, but now don't come looking for your opportunity through me when I'm looking for my opportunity out here just like you. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
you are.
Sometimes it's an
mhm,
energy pool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, is it too much to ask for me to spend? Is it? Maybe not, but it's a premise. You know what I'm saying? It's an energy tug. What are you coming to my table for and with? You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yep.
I got plenty of food
Mm-hmm.
at my dinner table already, plenty enough for my family, but it looks bigger than it really is, fool. I'm broke because of this dinner. You know what I'm saying? What you got on
Uh-huh.
Right.
it? You ain't
Yeah.
got to be, but what you bring in.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Nah, that's a real good point.
Yeah, one hand
That's
washing
true
the
though.
other, but
That
you
Oh
goes
know,
that
yeah,
goes that goes to something me and Larry always talk about though. That's one step back when you say, all right, well, who's your campaign manager for your project? Who's
yeah,
your because they gonna be the brains behind. Maybe you just need to work on the music, but you
yeah.
do need to find a DJ that can rock with you, so y'all can push. You can
Hmm.
push him. The brand y'all can cross brand,
Yep.
etc. You know, but
yeah.
everybody now at this time because of internet and access and digital recording, everybody feel like they can do everything.
You can't though.
Yep.
Okay, not to be
People think they can
successful.
and they can't. You know what I'm saying?
Can't, bro.
I couldn't. I wouldn't be on my this wave would not be. I don't want to call it. I gotta call it something. The wave that I'm on right now wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for the number runner. You know what I'm saying, endorsement. That's just 100% true. But who would I look like saying, "Yo, let me wear these hats around," and I'm not doing shit. I'm just sitting around the crib. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even be on here with y'all. You know what I mean? I
Right.
didn't have the
Yeah,
chance. Like, listen, man, let me wear these hats and watch what I do, boy. You know what I'm saying? It just happened naturally. But I'm just saying, niggas don't let shit happen naturally. A lot of people, I just say, I can go on about this forever. A lot of artists feel like we're old and we're
yeah,
not. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
sometimes we try to force the issue. We try to count chickens before they hatch instead of letting things happen naturally. We got a dope song. Let's run to the DJ, get them spinning so life could change. They ain't spinning it. Oh man, what if we did start spinning your shit like crazy tonight?
Right.
Then what are we gonna do tomorrow? What's the next play? What are we gonna do? You ain't got nothing? Shit, I'm booked tomorrow night, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
right.
I'm not your manager. You know what I'm saying? Where are we going with this?
Hmm.
Right.
That's where
Nah.
the team come in. That's where
Right.
Mm-hmm.
inspiration comes in from folks around you with bigger brains who can see from the outside that you might not be able to see because you busy with your head in the pad where it ought to be, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Right. Yep.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
man, niggas do themselves a big favor if they swallow their ego and let things happen naturally and let the players who need to be involved get involved. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bro, I say that all the time. That
yep,
ego, man, that ego is that'll hurt you.
I
yeah,
saw
man.
I saw an interview with uh Ice Cube and Shannon Sharp, and he was
Hmm.
just talking about the recording process.
Dope
He was like,
interview.
y'all had all them cats. And he was like, "How was Dr. Dre?" He was like, "Man, straight up, Dr. Dre, man, his job was to produce him and Yella. And if your lyrics wasn't up to par, he either gonna tell you ain't on the song, or you go home and rewrite that shit. You know what I'm saying?" And it was
Hmm.
like that was his job. My job was to write the song. Easy job was to make sure everybody was there on time, everything taken care of as far as the financial end. And me and Ren, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to
Yeah,
assume they role, play their part, play their position, and there wasn't no ego involved, and that's how you get, a great album or a few great
yeah.
albums coming out of there.
I
Mhm.
know, and I say it all the time, bro. That's why the Chronic, Doggy Style, and Dog Food were so fucking great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Snoop done said in several interviews that everybody was around. There was a certain energy. Everybody was coming with their top shit, and it don't matter. Whatever we working on now, if Corrupt write a dope ass song, and right now we working on the Chronic, then that's gonna go on the Chronic. We not holding it for the Dog Food. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Everybody contributing a dope ass energy. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get the best shit.
that was the perfect storm right there they had, man. They kind of caught lightning in a bottle. You know what I'm saying?
For
Like,
real.
you just name three
Mm-hmm.
albums that will forever be tied together. They'll never be able to, like a three piece, if you would. Name another cluster of records that you even do that to. You know what I'm saying? I can't even think of
Hmm.
we could think of trilogies on particular albums, but as far them are three different projects. You know what I'm saying? They feel like one extension of each other. You know what I mean?
You said
Exactly.
who? Say that again, Alan.
I'm like, those are three separate albums, but like oftentimes when you bring up one, you bring up the other two. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to think of it, is there anything else that does that? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's tough. Uh,
I'm trying to think.
that's something you should put on the book, Larry. Like that's a good one.
Hmm.
Mm.
Like
Maybe Wu Tang.
I
Yeah,
was
goes like
about to
that.
say. That's what I was about to say. From that one to only built for Cuban links to
Hmm.
what would be one to Cal.
Method
Them
Man.
three.
Yeah.
Yeah, to Cal.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
um, 36 chambers only built for Cuban links to Cal.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I agree
that
with that.
might be. Yeah, there you go. That boy know his hip hop. Nailed it.
Yeah, because other than that, I can't really think of
Right.
nothing else.
Well, I what about this? I give you one. When you mention that when you mention that West Coast Bad Boys, you're gonna mention Down South Hustlers. Then
The Hustlers.
you're gonna mention
Yeah.
True. Then you're gonna mention that True album right after. Was
Yeah.
that True?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
Let me think. Okay, now.
That was true. That was true.
that was True. Yeah,
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 that one might be even more polarizing than the
Yeah.
Wu Tang
Yeah, that
one.
was true.
Maybe it depends on who you ask.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Facts.
damn. Let me see. Damn, man, you batting 100.
You said TRU,
Yeah.
So that,
That was true.
yeah, the
Down South
TRU, the
Hustlers
Dancing
to
Hustlers, and
West Coast
West
Bad
uh,
Coast
Boys.
Bad Boys. The
yeah.
True.
Yeah, yeah.
TRU.
Which one do y'all think was the best of those three, man? I'm a down south hustlers nigga, man. TRU was hard though. They all was
TRU
hard,
was
man.
hard. I had
I
I
them.
don't
don't
know,
know.
man.
Are you
That's
I might
tough,
have to
boy.
go back.
true?
I think I'm a down south hustlers, man. I think that was me. I can't call it.
Yeah, Down
I
South
liked all
Hustlers
three
was
of them.
hard.
Down South Hustle. It was hard. It was hard.
Down
That
South
was a
Hustlers.
double
It's,
disc, right?
Down
you
South
push
Hustlers
forward
had
on
the
that
homeboy
motherfucker.
Big Court from here.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
was just about to say it. That's what put
Yeah.
court on. You know what I'm saying? As
Yeah.
far as I know, it's
R.I.P.
my
He
first.
took
You
my
know what I'm saying?
homie. There it go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shouts
yeah,
to
yeah.
court. Shouts to court, dog. He put the stamp on, and they gonna executive produce C-Dub the Youngblood's 100th project. You know what
I
I'm saying?
seen
That's
that
some That's some
yesterday.
Kansas City shit. You know what I'm saying? I love that.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
You know,
Nah,
I
he
seen
doing
that
his
shouts
yesterday.
thing, man.
to
And
him.
Cass be hate. I be sitting back watching Cass hate on court, and I'm like, he look,
Hey,
he trying to really bring some real Master P type
right.
game and influence here,
You
bro.
know I
Like,
love
what's
to
wrong with you
see.
niggas?
C-Dub. That's my little nigga, you know what I'm saying? So through him, I keep up with him just kind of like a watcher's eye, you know what I'm saying? Like big homie
Mm-hmm.
shit. So he's real tied in with him. And I can say with everybody who's tried court, you know what I'm saying, verbally, online, or has something to say, he has addressed each and every one of them situations head on, head up, and there's a lot of team court now.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't before, you know what I'm saying?
I
Doing
know.
Yeah,
bossy shit, bossy ways, when he walking, what he talk, you know what I'm saying?
The
yeah,
funny part is man, yeah, he a good businessman. I like where his mind is at because the cats be talking like they forgot that dude from the 4 block.
Right,
yeah,
man.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I know about
That's
dude from
funny.
some others. You know what I mean? Like so.
yeah,
Yeah, that's funny you say that, man. I don't want to give away all the jewels, man, but
Yeah.
T-Dub been going hard on his lives, man. You should go watch one of the ones he posted last night. It get talks just about that real life, real time, what happened over the weekend down over there in LA when they was working on the project. That nigga still very much that same 40 block court dog, man.
Yep.
dope.
Oh yeah, man.
You could take the nigga out of Kansas City, but you could
Can't take
well, you
Kansas
know what I'm trying
City
to
out.
say, he up the
Yeah.
nigga.
Nah, you definitely can't. Well, that's
Hey,
what's up, man. Uh, want appreciate everybody for tuning in today, man. We'll be back at y'all next week. We might hit y'all twice next week, so stay tuned. You know what I mean?
yep.
I'm with
Yes,
it.
sir.
All right,
Don't
man.
forget the Cool Herc for Hall of Fame, man.
For
Hell yeah,
sure.
we're gonna push that agenda to the
Hey, we gonna
max. You know
definitely
what I'm
push
saying?
that, man. And
We
Hell
on
yeah.
that.
I'm gonna work on the flyer. Actually, no, but I'm gonna leave that to you. You the graphic dude, man.
For sure. I got it.
Yep, yep.
All
All
right,
right,
man.
everybody.
Number runner signing out, man.
All right,
all right,
peace.
I'm
Sorry,
out.
not saying shit.
Yep.